Welcome back YouTubers to my channel, The Everyday Life of an Aspie. If you're following me and you're new to my channel, I'm AspieAnswersAll. I'm all about talking about my life story with Asperger's syndrome, OCD and the like, as well as basically just spreading out some mental health and awareness video series versus also just everyday topics that I feel to address to all regardless what we go through in life, so that we don't feel that we're alone, so I can be your advocate and mentor and the like to guide you through this journey so that you can feel that you're not being judged or criticised or what have you, as we know that sometimes there are a lot of mentalities out there that tends to think that, you know, it's okay to just put the finger in and put the blame on everyone, you know, about everyday situations regardless what it may be. If you're following me and you're just basically seen some of my videos, or just basically, as I said, just landed on my page for the first time, right now I have been covering some everyday topics that I feel to address with you all regardless what it may be, so bear with me because some of the other topics that I'm hoping to address that will be back on my Everyday Life of an Aspie channel will be there shortly, that many people have been asking me about, because it's taking a bit of time at the moment due to the research I have to do, because obviously some of the stuff that I have been has been thrown at me as suggestions does take a few, you know, time out of my day to try and research and do as much as I can. So just keep an eye out anyway, regardless, even if, you know, some of these everyday topics that I'm sharing of everyday struggles that we go through or whatever, with tips and advice along the way, even if you feel that some of it of the form of encouragement or whatever you feel is not right for you or what have you, can just share the videos to others that you feel is maybe right for you. So on for the days previously, I just spoken about basically respect, how to respect your worth or make them respect your worth, basically, which covers about your boyfriend or girlfriend when it comes down to it, when you're in a relationship, dating, whatever it may be, that hopefully that, you know, they'll understand to, you know, the main meaning why we go about our way, about, you know, not demanding respect as in self, but just hopefully try not to ask for it either, but just to show them tough love, you know, and looking out for our own number one being in the long run when it comes down to people that may be abusing us in some form of way. So enough for the day. This one's about how to get your boyfriend or girlfriend or even just a girlfriend to respect your worth, basically. So let's begin this before I run out of time. As the question goes to begin with, do you feel like you're being abused, or, you know, your boyfriend, girlfriend or even your girlfriend isn't respecting you, basically? You know, at this point of time that sometimes in some relationships it can be challenging, it can be rewarding at the same time, but then again many people tend to just abuse the trust, abuse the relationship to the point that it just crumbles and just makes that other person feel that they're not worth anything, which is sad, fat reality, but, you know, this is just how it is. I've seen it so many times before, how relationships breaks up over silly petty things, be it whatever it may be, and sometimes some other reasons beyond their understanding or my understanding to why they decided to let go of that particular someone, be it whatever it may be. Here's an example: if they came out of an abusive relationship and they had a kid in that relationship and they feel that it's time to let go of that person, so hopefully that person that was abusive to them, while they've got the child that's involved, to set that change pattern and seek the help that they may need. I'm not here to judge or criticise you, just to give you the heads up before I continue this video. Some of these are hopefully just pearls of wisdom, experience and knowledge and know-how, along with tips and advice. I'm here to just address some of these everyday topics that I feel it's close to my heart, that needs to be addressed for people that needs to hear it, even if they are struggling or whatever it may be. So, you know, feel free to, like I said, share them, and also just private message me on AspieAnswersAll on Facebook, or via direct messaging me through YouTube privately if you need someone to talk to. So I'm here for as many people as I can when I can. So these are the steps to, you know, go about how to, you know, get respect from your boyfriend or girlfriend or what have you, especially sometimes when it comes to us females, especially when us females' characteristics is different to males. As we know, males are always built now to try and be in the limelight of being macho, not showing any, what's the word, bad feelings or emotions, you know, be it, you know, emotional, shall we say, even though we get classified as females too hormonal, emotional and the like, but we are built in different ways, and we can't expect to be the same as a male or vice versa, a male being the same as a female, and those characteristics, traits that, you know, society and all of the genetics of what we're supposed to be in for. So before I run out of time, the steps to gaining respect from your guy friend or boyfriend or whatever relationship status quo you're in with this, be it dating or otherwise, is basically number one. There's about 11 I think from memory, so bear with me. Number one, make sure you have respect for yourself. This is important, obviously, especially when you're in a negative relationship, okay? Because, you know, when it comes into that negative abusive relationship, you know, it tends to crumble, you know, the manipulator, controller versus, or shall we say the abuser that abused us, tends to put the finger on us and make it was our fault that it crumbled, it's our fault that the relationship didn't work and whatever else it may be. Sometimes it's good sometimes to try and make sure to also talk it out before it gets to that stage, that breaking point where you want to just bolt, because obviously, truth to be told though, I'm not saying that you should stay in there for a long period of time if you've been abused for that long period of time. You say, just, you know, self-educate, self-teach yourself in a way of knowing the signs or red flags of what the other person is showing towards you, regardless of what it may be. As we know, basically, when we're in that negative abusive relationship, as I said, yes, last resort, get out of it fast, because obviously it may hurt you to a point where it will drag you down. It will basically lower your self-esteem, your self-worth and everything else. Basically it will hurt both of you in the long run, so it's important to stay safe regardless if you're in an abusive relationship or just mentally, physically, you know, and all the like. Number two is basically for respecting the boyfriend's worth, or you know, what have you, is basically number two is don't be his idea of the perfect Mrs. Perfect, because as we know, we need to be our world of perfect, because there's no such word as perfectionism or what have you. Many people may think there is, you know, in this day and age of, you know, having the perfect person on earth that will love us for who and what we are, but we need to have our idea of being perfect, awesome, amazing, beautiful, talented, you know, and the rest of these, you know, characteristics that's built in us. And we got to allow for the guy to love us for it, you know, allowing it by letting him to. If he can't do this, then maybe he wasn't the ideal guy for you. However, because obviously, you know, many guys, you know, tend to dream up big boob, big bust and all the like of all those other characteristics. Many guys has admit to me, yeah, that's what they want to look for, because, you know, personality is not important. But then again, to me, on the opposite scale here, personality shining inside out is more important than actually your, you know, physical trait of being the strong one or whatever it may be. Showing of those characteristics, appearance is not everything. As we know, personality will shine out and it will last longer, because after all that, you know, beauty or what have you had imagined in your mind will slightly fade away. It's also important that we deserve someone that really loves us for who and what we are. However, you know, we shouldn't have to feel uncomfortable with being comfortable. We should be uncomfortable in a sense of uncomfortable by being able to be ourselves, being able to not to change ourselves to fit into that model or mold of what that guy wants us or expect us to be, basically. Because obviously if we're not feeling right in ourselves, I feel, you know, this is a big turn on sign for us that we're not loving ourselves before we're, you know, putting our love on the line for that actual person. And this is also a first big number one sign that you're not respecting yourself either. You're just letting them rule the roof, so to speak. Number three, if he does anything that you're not ready for, example, pressuring you into sex or sexually assaulting you or touching you inappropriately, you know, just really tell him, you know, hopefully that he'll get the message across. Even if guys may think that we're just sitting there giving them hidden messages, hidden cues, hidden, you know, agendas or whatever it may be in their mindset, that we're not telling them how we feel and what we feel. They need to respect how we feel and what we feel. When we do address it to them, it's like, hey, you know, you touched me inappropriately, I didn't like that at all, could you please stop? Say it in a way that hopefully they'll realise that, you know, that they were doing it in the wrong accordance, you know. Sometimes we need to do what's best for us, even if it means to leave and not worry about his feelings after, you know, he did something wrong. Because obviously, you know, as I said in that make them respect your worth, it says something along the lines of basically that sometimes there is a time that you've got to let go of the other person, basically, so that you can learn to love yourself and respect yourself again. So this is a clear example of what I'm sharing. Number 4, okay, no brainer maybe for this, is have sex when you're ready to, not when he thinks that he's ready and that he thinks that you're ready at the same time as you, because you've got to remember that you've got to feel loved and equal. If you don't feel this, feeling loved and being as equal, then simple answer to that is don't have sex. I believe that sex is supposed to be used in a way that should be not to throw around, just for the sake of, what's what I'm looking for? Not throwing it around to the point that it gets abused. Like, love isn't always about abuse. Love is, like, as I said, love is patient, love is kind, that memory verse. Basically, sex is not always a way to obtain love, however, or keep love. But it is, however, an expression of love and affection and attraction that has already existed. Sometimes we got to remember that we're welcome to our obligations to actually say yes and no's, especially for this, however, whenever we want to. And if he doesn't respect it when we say no, I'm not ready, or just a straight out no when he asks, do you want to have sex, or whatever the question it pops up as, just remember he should be able to respect you, and if he does respect you, he will then lead on to respect that decision that you made in the first place. Number 5, okay, make sure that you're very clear with your decisions, okay? Many of us females, we tend to sway on our decisions, we don't mean to sometimes when we're unsure of something, but sometimes we need to make a firm stand on our decisions and stick with it, hopefully. Regardless, even if it requires a yes or no answer, especially a no. In this case, for me, I'm still trying to learn to stand my ground here, what I feel is not right, so hopefully that, guys can see me for who and what I really am when it comes down to relationships. But more than that piece about relationships and Asperger's syndrome, I'm a help guide about that, but hey, but then again, it's okay to say no once in a while though when it comes down to, making our decisions, firm and final decision on whatever it may be, when and if we do say no, however, we need to start with confidence and do it in confidence. Some guys can be slick, not all, but some may think about the future, not the present. Okay, some guys may think, that, they'll probably impregnate us and they think that they'll stay with us and blah, 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 but some guys tend to do the opposite. But then again, it's also important just to know where we stand, so to speak. Okay, relationships should be 50-50, balance, the yin and the yang, even though I don't believe in this yin-yang style, but what I'm saying is it should be a 50-50 split, that basically should be on an equal term, 50-50, not 10-90, not 80-20, not what have you, 50-50, make it clear. If he doesn't wait around for you, then obviously you shouldn't have to wait around for him, obviously, period. I believe that also when it comes down to it, if he's not going to be committed to give his all to you while you're giving his all, your all to him, then what's the point, Sometimes some relationships just crumble times again. Okay, if you can't make the effort, why are you making all the effort by giving your all, showing him your love, giving him your attention and everything else, Do what it takes to tone down, but not completely stop, your affectionate behaviour towards him though, however. Limit how you frequently text him first, frequently you text him first. Okay, basically, how I look at it, even though many guys hate this, I'll admit that I allow the guy to text me if he's worth the hassle or worth the time for me, if he's willing to, play that chase game, if I'm willing to be in his, circle of love, or whatever they want to call it. Also, another one is don't show him with presents. Obviously, with me, I'm learning now, despite that, regardless of my financial ways and stuff, and what I've been taught, basically, this is the real important one. It shouldn't always be all about how expensive a gift you should give to your significant other, however. because obviously in the long run he needs to understand that, you know, if you can't afford it, or maybe another one is I'm going to stress in that Asperger's syndrome and relationship dating, tips and advice that, you know, we might not be able to afford something that is of value to them that they may love and want to have for the rest of their life, regardless if they love materialistic things over us, you know. We should be doing him less favours, okay, and also maybe not to make us selves 100% available all the time. It's okay to be busy, it's okay just to have our own time out, however, basically. So this is about giving and receiving, basically, in this relationship. I'm saying here of reciprocity. I think that's how to pronounce it. My tongue is slipping here, so forgive me, guys. So number 7, it's important to have your own social life. You know, it's okay to have your own friends around once in a while, your own goals, your own dreams, visions, your own activities, maybe a job, a school, a club, etc. Some independence is really some amount of time with independence, makes every relationship healthier. However, you'll respect yourself more, and you'll actually learn to love yourself more when you do have time out, however, and remember who you are and what you are as a person, because obviously when it comes down to having your own time and having your own life, doing what you feel is right for yourself, you know, it's important too. Your boyfriend should be a part of your life, not the whole damn part of your life, meaning basically he doesn't have to be there. Well, probably he can be there 24/7, but it's a matter of just being able to, again, give and take, and also being able to communicate what's going on and whatever else it may be. If he cares for you, he will support your goals, dreams and visions and everything else that you put forward in your place, and vice versa, that us females should do the same for our guy friend, boyfriend, or whatever it may be. And we want to call that relationship status quo, because obviously at the end of the day it's all about, like I said, being able to respect one another and whatnot. Okay, this is making me laugh for this number 8. Stand up for yourself. Okay, it's not in a way of physically fighting and stuff. Many guys think that females just are so weak, and that we can be so intimidated by the way you put that force on us, in a way that we won't, you know, stand tall and strong against what you maybe throw at us. Yes, I agree that sometimes we should be able to disagree in a fight, or have a fight, you know, for standing up for ourselves is important. Defending ourselves when we know what is right in ourselves, or what is right in every given situation, regardless what we go through, sort of thing, should be a give over. We shouldn't have to be a pushover, we shouldn't have to be a doormat that should be walked all over, we shouldn't be anything in that jurisdiction. And for goodness sake, as I've learned now, don't forever dare him or let him be abusive towards you or to you. That's my biggest mistake in life, challenging him on to be abusive. That's when you tell yourself, I not be perfect, but no matter what I've done towards this behaviour will always be inexcusable. I am leaving now, pretty much. When you say those words, when you think enough is enough, don't forever look back. If he does reach that abusive point. Number 9. Okay, don't forget to be open-minded. However, realize when you are wrong and figure out when it's the right time to forgive. Sometimes some people make the mistake that it's okay to just, you know, forgive chance after chance. I'm learning now, basically, to discern if he is being real with me and all that, you know, even though some guys are really good at manipulating and playing thing, because like someone said to me, treat life as a game. You can't treat life as a game. However, there's a certain point in our lives we need to realise we can't treat it as a game. This is also when it comes down to when, unless he is abusive, then this doesn't apply here, so don't go back to him forever it may be. We can choose to forgive the person being abusive to us, but we need to let them go so that hopefully they can make that change in that day and age of what they have to do. But that's more into that, make them respect your worth, basically, in my part of that video to explain more clarity for what I'm addressing here, as well as on these tips. Number 10, if you're having problems, regardless big or small, talk to him about it. He's no mind reader like I'm no mind reader. I've learned that in my everyday age. What I was trying to say to every guy being like, please talk to me about any other problem that you may have. If it's regardless on my part that I need to change, or vice versa, or anything for that matter, because we deserve to know what's going on, however, and have a fair warning for the bigger problems that may arise to test us on how we're gonna tackle it or solve it. We need to express everything we need to say in a conscientious manner, however, in the right way. And if we really want the problem to be resolved, we need to be present with constructive, solutions. I believe that sometimes when it comes down to having problems, now and again, it's so important that we should be able to solve them together, not one on our own. Many people make that mistake, however, and then that's when it turns to much. Last but not least, beauty is not everything. You can't keep a man by just being pretty and little girl or woman sort of thing. At the end of the day, he should be able to love your personality, he should love your characteristics, your traits, seeing you happy, being able to achieve your goals, support your goals. So have a positive attitude, be yourself, dress and look the way you want to look and make you feel good about yourself. Be positive about yourself regardless what it may be, because at the end of the day, as we know that many people tend to just not to know how to respect ourselves and whatnot. So no further ado, guys, basically this ends about the how to get a guy friend or boyfriend to actually respect you, even though this can relate to us females, and an open reminder sort of things will be similar to that in a way for females to do, or shall we say when the males is looking out for the females, doing it that way as well, wanting them to respect you, because obviously, like I said, it's all about giving and taking, and also being able to just know what's right for us in the long run. So no further ado, give me the like for thumbs up for support and engagement, that you're showing that you're liking these videos and whatnot that I'm sharing with you all. Feel free, as I said so many times before, share my videos to family and friends, no matter who it may be as well, because you never know, some of these videos could come of use of others around you. Feel free to also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, AspieAnswersAll. Feel free to also, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, because I'm hoping to try and get at least 2-3 videos a week, if it's not daily, on the daily like it has been, sort of thing. So, and all further ado, guys, thanks for the support so far, thanks for watching, do what you love what you do. Until next time, have a great day, and I'll see you all again soon. Peace.